As the Supreme Court, led by the Chief Justice Dhananjay Chandrachud, hears the Kolkata doctors' rape and murder case, it has also urged both the centre and the state government to not politicize the case. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo Story. Our relentless focus on this story continues. We've been closely tracking what happened in the Supreme Court and, of course, on the ground in West Bengal. The Chief Justice and the bench he led had some very, very specific questions for the West Bengal government today that was represented by Kapil Sibal among a battery of 21 lawyers. Many of the questions focused on the delay in filing an FIR. Justice Pardiwala from the bench had scathing words for the role of the Kolkata police, saying that in his 30 years he had never seen what he has seen in this particular case. Meanwhile, the focus continues to be on two men, Sanjay Roy, now the main accused of rape and murder, and also Sandeep Ghosh, the now ousted principal of the RG Kaur Medical College where this crime unfolded. Mr. Ghosh has been accused of several sins of omission, including the college telling the parents at first that their daughter had died by suicide. The Chief Justice also wanted to know today why it wasn't the principal or the hospital slash medical college itself that filed the FIR right away. What were they waiting for? Why the delay? The CBI in the court has alleged that there is a possibility that evidence has been tampered. The father of the victim has said on record that he believes that his daughter's body was cremated hastily. Now, remember, what that actually means is that if there was critical evidence on the body, that could have been burnt with that cremation. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. Joining us now on the program is our newsmaker. If we can welcome him to the show, we are seeing Bikash Bhattacharya. He is the lawyer for the victim's family. He's also, of course, the CPM leader. Mr. Bhattacharya, welcome to the program. If you're able to hear me, I'm hoping you're able to hear me. Do tell us what is the most significant takeaway from what has happened in the Supreme Court so far, speaking today as the victim's family lawyer.
I really couldn't hear you. You are not audible. But the issue remains to be investigated by the CBI. As you know, all these defects we have already had pointed out before the Honorable High Court, Calcutta, on behalf of the victim family, saying that the investigation should have been done in such a manner, but that has not been followed. Ultimately, it was transferred to CBI. Now, I am waiting to see how far the CBI proceeds and comes up with the materials after proper investigation. There are definitely the difficulty for the CBI because at the initial stage, many evidences have been destroyed. There was a combative attempt on the part of the hospital authorities in league with the local police. They wanted to destroy evidence and probably they have been able to do it for some time. But yet, CBI has an expertise. They should find out the real culprit. And this finding of the real culprit may ultimately lead to the malfunctioning of the hospitals, corruption, about many other things, which also needs to be gone into by CBI. I don't know why the Honorable Supreme Court is, with the best of respect, going on discussing the defects in the investigation at this stage. They should, in my humble way, understanding, wait the CBI to file a complete report, then to see whether the CBI has done properly or the state had done properly. But ultimate purpose is to find out the culprits who had inflicted such brutality on a working doctor. This more serious thing is a doctor, she was on duty. She had 36 hours continuous duty and then went to rest. There it had happened. It couldn't have been done had not the hospital authorities had there some sort of acquiescence with this. That's my understanding. And this is the duty of the CBI to find out. The gentleman who has been arrested, he is just a pawn. He is not, he cannot be the principal culprit. He was, the forensic experts told me that the nature of injury which has been inflicted upon the unfortunate victim couldn't have been possible to be done by one individual. It must have been involvement of more than one. And who are those more than one, that is the basic responsibility of CBI to investigate and find out. I would expect that the Honorable Supreme Court will not interfere with the investigation till the investigation reaches to its finality.
Okay, I have a number of follow-up questions, but I need to know you
You are
can
not
hear
audible.
me.
You are not audible.
All right, what I'm going to do is, hang on, sir. I'm going to play out what Justice Pardiwala said in the Supreme Court, and we're going to try and get Bikash Da to reconnect. In the meantime, let's listen to what Justice Pardiwala said from the bench when he said, in his 30 years, he has never seen anything like this. Take a look.
Really, I
ED
can't.
entry number 576 and the FIR number 52 of 2024 was registered at 23:45 hours. Is this record correct?
Well, may I therefore point out to your lordship, just take the timeline. We've referred everything
So
in it.
according to your record, the UD was registered at what times?
1:45 p.m.
1:45?
p.m.
No, that's not true.
That 1:45 p.m.
How do we reconcile the two records?
Well, I'll show that to your
Because
lordship.
we today have a report
Well, but that I'm saying, well,
which indicates that this is the time. So therefore, it's very surprising. Post-mortem precedes registration of UD.
no, Malad, this is what I'm told, Malad, and I can only
Is
respond.
someone responsible there to assist?
Yes, certainly, Malad.
If any officer is present, you may speak to him and tell us.
What is it?
Because if this is the fact, then it is something very dangerous.
I agree.
You may be right, Mr. Sibal. This is something which even the Criminal Procedure Code doesn't prescribe.
Yes, exactly.
The entire procedure
Yeah.
which has been
Your
followed by your police,
Yeah.
police of the state, it is something which at least I have not come across
Yes.
in 30 years of my.
I know.
All right, so we're waiting for Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya to rejoin us. Are you able to hear me, sir? Great.
Sure.
So, okay. So I heard carefully what you said. I'm just going to mute you till I ask my question. I heard you carefully. You said Sanjay Roy, the one man who has been arrested, you do not believe him to be the central culprit. You believe that there are culprits in plural. There are therefore other men out there. India Today carried a report quoting CBI sources today saying that the initial impression by doctors and medical experts that there could have been other perpetrators, that this could have been a gang rape, the CBI has not found evidence of this. Why are you so convinced? This has not been officially said. I'm quoting a media report here. Why are you so convinced that Sanjay Roy is a pawn and that there are other perpetrators out there?
You see, the forensic experts, they had told me after having properly scrutinizing the post-mortem report that this couldn't have been possible by a one individual, and particularly looking at the build of the prime accused, as they call it. They say that definitely there are more than one person. The nature of injury itself and that analysis of the forensic experts has to be properly looked into by CBI. CBI probably could not reach the real area where this could be revealed. If the accused person doesn't open his mouth, as the Calcutta police was saying, then they have to find out the methodology, how it is to be done. How could it be possible so much of injuries in the body?
Your petition in the High Court also quoted a semen sample report that has now been proven to be false. Were you wrong about that? Because a number of doctors also said it to us, and later subsequent, because nobody was communicating, a number of doctors said this to us on record. So were you? How did that confusion arise?
That was absolutely a wrong idea. The parents, as it was told to them as a common man, they thought that 150 milliliter fluid was there. Whether that fluid is semen or something else, that can only be definitely told by the forensic expert. The parents did not know. They were told that there are 150 milliliter of liquid, white liquid. They thought it's semen. This is common man's idea, who didn't have any idea about the medical science. But this is really 150 milliliter of liquid, fluid. That fluid was found available. What is the fluid? How it was there? These are all the matter of forensic investigation. and the forensic experts can say. I do not stand on that. I had never said anywhere that this is 150 milliliters semen. It's quite unreasonable to believe that. This was common man's
But you do.
understanding, and the
Got it, got it. And a number of doctors also said it on record, which is how, in a way, that this narrative spread. But in the beginning, in the immediate aftermath of the crime, a number of doctors also suggested pelvic fractures. Now, the postmortem report, according to details placed in the public domain, there were no fractures. So even this is being used to question the theory that there is more than one perpetrator. Therefore, I must ask you to refocus back on your assertion that you believe only a pawn in the case has been caught. Bikashda.
Because I rely upon the opinion of the forensic experts. I can tell you, one forensic expert employed in government service has told me that after looking the postmortem record, they were sure that this couldn't have been the action of one individual. There must be more than one. If after investigation it was found to be false, then the opinion of the forensic experts will be found to be incorrect. What we have stated is on the basis of the opinion of forensic experts, which they gave to us outside the proceedings. Not being a part of the investigating team, they had told us. And naturally, we rely on them.
Now, but let me ask you this, Bikashda. The father, the family whom you represent, the father said on record that he believed that his daughter had been somewhat hastily cremated. In the Supreme Court proceedings, the West Bengal government argued that everything was as per the wishes of the family. What do you say about this debate around the cremation and the evidence that may or may not have been lost with it?
You see, the hastily attempt made to cremate the body was resisted by the DYFI and SFI students. They had registered the cremation of the body at the initial stage. Thereafter, they forced the matter to be postmortem to be done at the hospital itself. Then the parents were called. You see, the parents were not in a state of mind that they will take all reasonable decisions. In fact, they were guided by the police to say, please sign it here, please do it here. What would the parents do otherwise? Can you imagine that a person, the parents who have lost their daughter of that stature, would be in their common sense with all prudence that they can judge it? Do they know anything about the investigation? Do they know anything about the criminal procedure? They do not know. Therefore, whatever has been told to them to do, they have done it so. Now the parents are coming forward and saying that, in fact, this was done at the instance of the police guidance.
Hmm. What concerns you the most? Are you worried that given the cremation, a lot of critical evidence may have been lost as the body was burnt?
Obviously so. If the body was kept for, say it was kept in moratorium for 1 more day, and for further investigation, if they wanted, the matter initiated with an unfortunate situation, which is very, very conspiratorial situation. A lady doctor was murdered in the hospital. Hospital authorities did not respond. Therefore, it was the basic duty of the police to see all probabilities to ensure that the investigation could reach a reasonable conclusion. What was the reason for such a hurry? Now they say the parents did. They were asked by the police to do this. For otherwise it will be spoiled. Otherwise it will be this way, that way, rotten. Had the police been genuinely concerned, they would have guided the parents that let us go for a better post-mortem report. Let the body be kept in moratorium for a day, so that the parents and all doubts of the students, the medical students had their doubts in mind. They were demonstrating them. And to avoid the demonstration, they did all haste act. That has created the problem.
Now, Bikashta, before I have more questions, but one of the questions I must ask you is that the Trinamool Congress, when they listen to you, they say Bikash Bhattacharya is wearing his political topi. He's a CPM leader. He's a veteran of left politics. He has taken this case because it suits him politically. He is speaking from a politically biased perch. How do you respond to that criticism from the Trinamool Congress?
My simple answer would be, why would the so many people, the medical interns, doctors, women would be agitated? Why there would be pan-India? Why pan-India? Global agitations by the people concerned. Bikash Bhattacharya did not approach them that you please get agitated. On the contrary, I had approached this family after Mamta Banerjee had approached them. Mamta Banerjee, being chief minister, wanted to purchase them by offering money, which was unethical on the part of lakhs of rupees.
Okay, we just lost the connection to Bikash
Why
Ranjan Bhattacharya. There he's back. You use the phrase Mamta Banerjee wanted to purchase them. Do you think that is a fair phrase, Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya? Because she says that by the law, I was offering compensation on behalf of the state. Why do you use the phrase Mamta wanted to purchase them?
did she follow the guidelines of law before offering compensation? On the first day when she met there, she offered compensation in a public meeting. She said, "I will pay you 10 lakhs of rupees. You better use it for the purpose of memorial of the child." Is that the way the chief minister of the state would follow? And is that for the first time we have been seeing the chief minister wherever there is a unfortunate death or rape, she rushes there, offers money, and in fact ultimately keep these people to maintain mum. We have seen what is happening in Boktoi murder. Now the gruesome murder, the wife of the deceased person, they also say in court that I couldn't recognize because by this time they have managed them and they have become hostile. This is the trend in West Bengal. That's why they might say very well that you are having the hat of CPIM, but the corruption is corruption. Inefficiency is inefficiency. That cannot be created by CPIM. The materials are there and we are trying to give justice to the people. We cannot go on fighting with them on the street. Therefore, we have to take
Yeah.
the battle to the reasonable ground, that is the legal ground.
Let's talk about the role of the former principal Sandeep Ghosh, right? The West Bengal government initially tried to protect him. They transferred him instead of sacking him. When they transferred him to the Calcutta National Medical College, it was the students there who locked his room and refused to let him enter the premises. Then the Trinamool Congress sent a state minister and a local MLA to try and persuade the students to accept him. Then the Kolkata High Court, you of course appeared in that case, the Kolkata High Court said, why is a government lawyer here to defend this man? Why is he so powerful? Today, the TMC is acknowledging that this man should have been sacked immediately, but they say Mamta Banerjee was not aware of the transfer order to the Calcutta National Medical College. A, how do you respond to that? And B, why is this man so powerful? What have you been able to understand about his role in this entire horrific episode?
You see, this gentleman, he was earlier transferred out of Arjikar Hospital. Instead of going to the transfer post, he had put padlock in his office room. And then again, he was brought back as the principal of the college. And the gentleman who was given appointment on transfer of this person was not allowed to step into the office of the principal. And he has been continuing there. What prompted him, the government, a person who early in the morning says that out of moral consideration, I am resigning from government job, not from the principal post. And in the evening, within 3 hours, he is appointed as principal of National Medical College, another important medical college in the city. What makes the government to rely upon this person so strongly? Is the health department suffers from lack of competent person? That there is none other than him that who can take care of it? And then again, when the Honorable High Court forced him to go on leave, even the Honorable Supreme Court judges say that he should not be allowed to function. He has been again posted as officer on special duty at Swastha Bhavan. That in the health department, he becomes more powerful with the administrative power.
So are you are
Why?
you saying are you saying he still has an active government job, Sandeep Ghosh?
Yes, yes.
Please, can you explain? Can you elaborate?
Today, today there is the news that he has been appointed as officer on special duty at the Swastha Bhavan. That is at the headquarters of the health department.
Surely they wouldn't
How?
be so stupid. They couldn't be so stupid after what the court has said about him.
But that has happened. And if I tell them the stupid, they will say he is CPIM, therefore they are saying he is stupid. This is the action of the government. Even Trinamool Rajya Sabha MP, Mr. Johar Sarkar, had claimed that he should have been suspended, this officer. Why
Yes.
did he not lodge the FIR at the very initial stage when the dead body was found? That was his basic duty. Why
Yes.
did not the police ask him to lodge an FIR? Why did the police wait till dead night to
What is your assessment? Why is the Trinamool Congress
this
so
is
invested in this man?
that the Trinamool Congress can very well say, and now the different sources say that he is involved in many corrupt practices, and we have seen the Trinamool government is very much comfortable with corrupt practices in different departments, in education department, in municipal appointment, in ration dealers, everywhere Trinamool government has a successful corruption game, and this is one of the branch of it. I would say Trinamool government should have one minister named as Minister of Corruption. Therefore, these are
Okay.
the materials on which we speak out. When we speak out, they will try to really give the political color.
There is
But
a
the materials
former
are there.
there's a former employee of the RG Core College called Akar Ali who has
Yes.
alleged that Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, the former principal on whose watch this rape and murder takes place, was involved, he alleges, I don't know if it's true, but he alleges, in cadaver trade, in actually selling unclaimed corpses. And there are other, whispers about how politically connected he is. Have you been able to do some independent research into this? Are you going to be bringing this up as you fight for the victim's family? Because there is also some reports that her car was vandalized. We don't know if it's true. Did she know something? What do you think as the lawyer for the victim's family?
You see, since I am a known political person, I did not venture to go for any research work on this. I tell you, deliberately I
Right.
did not. But
Right.
now the persons who were affected, they have come up. They are coming up with many materials. The former, as you say, named the person who has also moved court today, I am told by one of my juniors.
Yes, yes, Akhtar Ali. He
Ye-
has. He
Yes,
has.
yes, moved
Yes.
court today seeking investigation
Let
on
me
it.
let me let, let, let me play out that statement. If we have it on camera, I'll play it out and then you can respond. Can we please play the statement of Mr. Akhtar Ali, please?
Yes.
जैसे डेड बॉडी का जैसे टेंडर दे करके कमीशन लेना, छात्रों को फेल कराना, फेल करके पैसे लेना, और जैसे इलीगल जो स्टॉल कियोस्क है ये सब बिना गैर टेंडर वगैरह के रेंट पे देना, तो इस तरह का बहुत सारा इरेगुलरिटीज है। इसमें डेड बॉडी भी एक है। तो मैं चाहता हूं कि इसकी इंक्वायरी हो ऊंचे लेवल में और उनको सजा मिले और इनका ये रैकेट जो है इसका पर्दाफाश हो।
So he is on record claiming this now.
And,
Please
and
respond.
I am told he has moved a writ petition today before the High Court seeking proper investigation on this. CBI should also investigate while investigating the murder case. This must have some nexus with the murder of the young girl. These are
So I
all,
want so
yes, please.
you are convinced that there is a larger conspiracy. That is the allegation you are making.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
And that is because of the nature of the injuries, or because you think this Sanjay Roy could not have done this on his own? What is the basis for you to believe that there is a
First
larger
of all,
conspiracy?
two, three things which comes to my mind without having
Yes.
done any deep research work. First of all, that somebody must have had the knowledge that this girl, after 36 hours of duty, will go to the seminar room. It must have been known to somebody, and they followed her and perpetrated this action. And immediately, when at 3 p.m., the High Court transferred this investigation to CBI, at 5:30 p.m. in the evening, they started destroying the place of occurrence. Is the place of occurrence is just not the place where the body was lying. Place of occurrence must be all the surroundings. And they started demolishing the wall. Then again, that was prevented by the SFI, DYFI, and the doctors in the evening. What prompted them to do so? I have never seen that the government department starts construction work at the evening. Therefore,
So I
the
want,
department,
yeah, yeah.
therefore the
I want
department
to.
had some idea.
So you believe if you believe that there has been evidence tampering, which is what you're suggesting, that there has been evidence tampering, how will we ever find out the truth? How will justice ever be done?
That is the basic duty and skill of investigating agency like CBI. CBI is the premier investigating agency of the country. I am quoting this from Justice Thakur. While he was hearing the Sarda matter, he made it very clear the CBI being the premier investigating agency, we have to rely on them and they have to prove their expertise. They have to prove their integrity. If they cannot do this, then there will be no hope in the country for any investigation.
Okay, Bikash, the final question to you. Mamta Banerjee blamed your CPM and the BJP, Ram and Bam, for joining hands in inflicting vandalism. The mob of 7,000 people that stormed the RG Core College, shocking visuals. Who do you blame for these scenes on the eve of Independence Day?
My specific allegation, not allegation, I can prove it with reasons. This was organized and done by TMC. On the very same day at 4 p.m., in a part of the city, Mamta not only accused me, abused CPIM, and then said she will now go on the street to demonstrate. That was around 4 p.m. And the vandalism was undertaken at 12:30. The purpose was to destroy the demonstration. The doctors were demonstrating, students were demonstrating, women were demonstrating, destroy their place of demonstration, Samiana and the stage. And they were in a mood of destruction. They went on destroying emergency, ENT went up to third floor, and police was simply onlooker. Why could not the police? There are not more than 80 people who had really done this vandalism. Rest were peaceful demonstrators. And this demonstration
Yeah.
was going on for last 5 days. No one had entered into the hospital for any other purpose. This was a game plan of TMC. This is my
Okay.
specific allegation.
Okay, I'm going to close. You specifically say that Trinamool planted the vandalism and in a way organized the goons. A last question, Saurabh Vishisht in our audience says CBI are not clairvoyants. If they have already told the Supreme Court that evidence has been tampered with, then this case could be headed to an inconclusive result. The West Bengal police has done its job. Are you hopeful that we will ever know the truth, that this young doctor will ever get justice?
If we cannot get the justice for the young lady, then I would say the Indian democracy would be at peril. Investigating agencies, if they fail to discharge their proper duty, then there will be difficulty. CBI has to find out the persons who had undertaken the attempt to destroy the evidence. That is also part of the conspiracy, and they should also be brought into book.
Yeah.
Therefore, somebody will conspire, do everything, and investigate. They'll say that we can't do anything. Then better leave the job and go to Sannas.
All right, strong words there. I think the whole country awaits to see what happens next. Bikash Bhattacharya, lawyer for the victim's family, also a CPM MP. Thank you for joining us. Take care and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.